Hello, welcome back to Spot Hidden. Things are kind of weird and different tonight. London is going to be on Stream of Blood later, so I'm DMing tonight. And yeah, he'll be starting around the time we're finishing up, so I'm game Meowster. You'll understand that in a second. But for now, let's bring up Matt and Hudson. There we go.
Hello.
What's up?
Okay, so tonight we are playing Library Cats. It is a hack of Lasers and Feelings. It's
Carly,
exactly
real quick,
what is
like. Lasers and Feelings?
Okay, sorry. I should have
Brief
started
summary,
with that.
3 sentences. That's all we need.
It was originally a Star Trek RPG created by John Harper.
Mm.
It uses only a D6, and
that.
it is 2 pages.
I like it.
Is that 3 sentences? Sure.
Short and sweet.
Yes.
Short and sweet.
To the point.
But yeah, this is called Library Cats. It is by Roxanne Reddy. I found this on itch.io, however you say that. You can search it on there. It's a pay what you want thing. I'm very excited about it. So the system itself uses D6, like I said. I'm just going to do a quick little explain how it works for everyone. Basically, you guys assigned your cats a number between 2 and 5. A higher number, I'm just reading off my notes. A higher number means that you're better at librarian things, and a lower number means you're better at cat things. So librarian things are anything that isn't being a cat. The example they give is studying, organizing, typing, explaining, and anything like that. And to succeed on a librarian role, you want to roll under the number that you assign to your cat. So Hudson, yours is 2, right? Are you sticking with 2?
Yeah, I'm sticking with 2.
Yeah, you're a bad librarian. So it's going to be really hard for you to do librarian stuff. But for cat stuff, so anything that relates to being a cat specifically, you'll be really good at because you want to roll above your number.
Oh, yeah.
And to decide when you roll, it's whenever you do anything that's risky in any way. And the amount of dice that you roll will depend on your specialties and your spells that you chose for your cat, which we'll get into in a minute. But the more successes you get, the better things go. And then if you roll your exact number, that makes you a fancy cat. Ooh, and that basically just means that y'all get to ask me a question related to the task. Y'all get like special insight, and I have to answer it honestly. So, yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you guys...
I was going to go with 5 anyway, and I rolled a 5, so I think that's the destined number.
There you go. Perfect. And yes, the cats do get spells. This is going to be great. So,
where are we starting?
Little intro that I wrote to kind of introduce the whole little setting. There's a simple ivy-covered bookshop on the main square of town known as Page Turners. It's a quiet establishment, not getting much business besides a few regulars, and most of the locals wonder how in the world the place hasn't shut down yet. But a select few know this reason. The door marked employees only leads not to a stockroom, but the repository. It's a vast library containing endless amounts of knowledge. A copy of almost every written piece of literature to ever exist is stored here, along with magical artifacts, spell tomes, and a few odd things that no one's quite sure what they are. But the repository naturally requires quite a few librarians. And who would be better to watch over this library than a clouder of magical house cats? These cats can be found climbing the shelves all day long, hunting any mice or pests that may make their way into the repository, and leading patrons to any book that they may be searching for. And this is where we meet 2 very special cats. Matt, do you want to introduce Sir McSquimpus first? What is Sir McSquimpus doing right now?
Sir McSquimpus is sitting... Are there windows in this library? Meowster?
Yes, they're not necessarily looking out somewhere. You don't really know where they're looking out to, but they're enchanted in some way.
Okay, is there light coming from them? That's what's important.
Yes, there's light coming from them.
Okay, yeah,
sure.
So he's not looking out the window. Sir McSquimpus is standing as a silhouette with a reminiscent cape along the back of his beautiful gray Persian fur. He is a Persian cat, very fluffy. It's gray with a strong white mane that goes around, and as mentioned, he has a little cape that, that he's wearing here. Sir McSquimpus is very proud of his knighthood, and he will not be insulted in that manner. And he is proud of his... That's where it ended. I just want to see if I can keep going. All right, let's...
Real quick, so for your cat in character creation, you got to choose, as you said, Persian, so that's your breed. Accessory is your cape. So your personality was snooty, and what are your spells and your specialty?
Yeah, that was going to be the question I had for you, Keeper, or Meowster. So how does this work?
So your spells and your specialty basically gives you an opportunity to roll more dice. So the amount of dice that succeed, you can have up to 3 successes. So the amount of dice that succeed tells you how well something goes. If none of your dice succeed, everything goes wrong. Like it's a very bad outcome. If 1 die succeeds, you barely manage it, and then you get some sort of complication or harm. But the amount of dice, you can roll more than 1 dice if you do something that specifically relates to your specialty or your spell. So you told me in text what your spell was. I did not write it down. What was your spell again?
I believe I picked, so he's snooty, and he has a control. Is that a specialty?
Yes, that is a specialty.
We are going to have to look up what these spells were, because now Matthew does not remember
you said
what he
in the group message.
I did.
Was not at my computer where I could write it down earlier, so.
And I forgot to write it. And this is so unprofessional.
Was it hunting? I want to think it was hunting.
Oh, yeah. No, that's zooming. I'm very good at zooming.
Zooming. Yes, zooming.
Yes.
So since your specialty is, or your spell rather, is zooming, anytime you do something that's related to basically having the zoomies, so like if you have to run really fast to accomplish something, you will get a bonus die because that is your spell. So that's, what you're proficient in, I guess, would be what this would, the equivalent of this.
I thought he was good at Zoom meetings.
That too.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is the one facilitating.
Well, it
all
doubles,
of it.
right? Like I'm really fast to set up Zoom meetings. So if I'm setting up Zoom meeting and I'm rushing to it, I think that triples, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
Okay.
So if you get to use your bonus die and both of those succeed, then you do it well. It goes according to plan. Exactly what you wanted to happen happens. And then you can also get another die if you want to, use your specialty as well. So control. So anything. Don't use this. This is just an example. So like, how in one of the Star Wars movies, I don't remember which one, I'm sorry, Hudson, Luke trips the AT-ATs by wrapping around them.
Yeah, Empire Strikes
That
Back.
would be,
yeah.
that would be an example kind of zooming and also control.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
So
sorry,
that
this
would
is...
give you 2 bonus die, so you can roll 3 successes. And if that happens, that is a critical success, and you get an extra effect that I get to decide. So basically, it goes really well, and I tell you how it goes well.
Oh. I'm
So,
sorry, I was listening to every word, Meowster, but also I want to have a full episode where we just drop quotes from movies through the 70s and 80s and time how quickly Hudson can name it. Anyway.
Yeah, honestly, that's just every session at this point.
No, I'm kidding. So great. So, yeah.
So yeah, that kind of explains it. It's one of those games that's easier to pick up on as you play.
Yes.
There is another version of this that's like Mothman related. I've played this with my friends that I'm going to be honest, it was just based off me explaining what to do. So, yeah, it's great.
Fantastic.
It's
Sir
easy to
McSquimpus.
pick up on. It's a very easy system. Okay, so yeah, that is Sir McSquimpus just basking in sunlight, looking regal. Just his knighthood.
Yes, it's the cape. It's the cape that does it.
It's the cape. What is Sylvester doing?
So Sylvester is just kind of hanging out on top of a bookshelf, just looking around, seeing if there's any small, like, pest, maybe a rat or a mouse, like, wandering around.
Okay.
He's just chilling, just enjoying the library.
All right.
Yeah.
So what is Sylvester? Like, what are his traits that he has?
Yeah, so Sylvester, he's a tabby cat. His coat of fur is black, and he has on white boots, a tabby cat. His coat of fur is friendly. Black. His spells and speciality, the spells are sneaking, and his speciality is defense. And yeah.
I like it.
All right. I dig it.
Wait, what was this? Yeah, white boots, you said.
Yeah, white boots.
Yeah. That is adorable. His little accessory is.
Yeah, he's actually.
So free cat.
Yeah, I told Matt earlier I based my character off my cat who passed away 5 years ago. His name was Sylvester. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. He also has a white streak down his nose. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Makes me think of Sylvester from Tweety Bird. I love it.
Yeah. Well, that's why we named.
That's
him.
where. Yeah, you got it.
yeah.
It's just amazing that like actual cats. Anyways.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say it's cool that he looked like that too. So yeah, you guys are just kind of minding your own business, just going about your day as a librarian. Sylvester, you have a pretty good vantage point sitting on top of one of the shelves. You watch as this little mechanical golem just kind of creaks by, just watching. I'm not going to call it a golem. That's kind of iffy. Mechanical construct. And he's just kind of fixing books as he goes along, just kind of walking around. So
can I walk or kind of along the shelf, maybe the third shelf up on this bookshelf right behind him, and just pull one down?
Yes, you can.
Yes!
You know what? We're going to have you already. Well, that's pretty risky, I'm going to say. I hate to make you roll this quickly, but just to get into the hang of rolling, we're going to do a couple real quick. So yeah, go ahead and roll for me. That would be... That's not really related to your spells or specialties, so just one die.
Alright, well, I rolled a 6, and I can move my camera to show you.
Okay. And you
like to
have
see?
a 5, so that is a success.
That's pretty neat. Do I have to roll again?
That is pretty neat. What?
Do I have to roll again?
No, you're good.
Great.
You do get a success. So you do manage to knock this book off that this construct just kind of straightened up, and you watch as he just turns around slowly and just looks at you as you're just kind of perched on the shelf, just paw still out. And he just kind of does a motion of a sigh and just turns and continues walking. You watch as this happens, you see a calico actually come along the ground and approach you. He looks up at you and goes, "Sir McSquimpus."
What is it?
"He worked really hard to straighten those books, and you're out here just knocking them off. You know, that's really rude." You recognize this is Duckpaw. He is, he's really into reorganizing these books. A little too much, you think? Like, he spends all day just reorganizing these shelves. Just, it's like he has nothing better to do, honestly, and he probably doesn't.
Well, perhaps I wanted to make sure this machine was still in check, Duckpaw.
And you watch as he just kind of like wiggles the book and just kind of nudges it back up on the bottom shelf. It's not where it's supposed to be, but he doesn't have time to really worry about it right now. He's just getting it on the shelf in the right section. He'll come back and do it later. And he just kind of flicks his tail and turns around.
Get wrecked. All right.
So yeah.
This is great.
What is
I already love this game.
Your cats. I mean, just do cat things, man.
Yeah. So what is it? What kind of square footage are we looking at this library? How, you may have already said it, but how, what is our are we talking like Harry Potter, just never ending sort of thing?
Yeah, it's kind of never ending. Like, it's not never ending, but it is incredibly vast. There's enough people to tend all of it that you haven't explored the whole library. Like, it is, like I said, it contains all knowledge.
Well, with my umizoomi skills, we're about to change that. Gonna get every nook and cranny.
Oh dear. Also, forgive the quality of me tonight. I'm on my phone because my computer won't work. So.
Well, you sound great. So no worries.
So the two of you are kind of on the same shelf, right?
I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. Are we, sir? How do you pronounce that? McSquimpus?
There you go.
McSquimpus.
Okay.
McSquimpus.
I was hoping I was saying
Sir
McSquimpus.
McSquimpus. Yes.
I just got called out for using my froppy voice. Anyways.
So are me and Sir McSquimpus like near each other at this point, where I can talk
if he
to him?
climbed the shelf, you're kind of on top of it,
Okay.
but you guys are fairly close together.
Okay.
Hello, Sylvester, is it?
Yeah, what's up, McSquimpus? I mean, Sir McSquimpus. Why don't you come up here and take a load off?
Take a load off? What?
Yeah, just chill, hang out.
This is just a big chill factory for you, Sylvester?
Pretty much, I like to chill, just hang out, tell a couple of jokes,
Jokes. Sir McSquimpus and his duties are much more vast than your jokes.
You said duty.
I'm not supposed to be the one laughing at this.
Child. And Squimpus just arches his back and kind of looks for something else going on, maybe something to get his attention.
Okay. You guys are fairly close to the lobby. Kind of, not the lobby, but like the main atrium kind of area, the central area where everyone enters from. You notice that there is, so in the creation of like your characters and everything, you guys also picked library traits. You get 2 positive library traits and 1 negative. 1 positive was actually a friendly mechanical construct helps tend the stats. You get 2 positive library traits and 1 negative. 1 positive. The other one that you guys chose, you chose a water feature with a never-ending supply of fish. And this is what Sir McSquimpus is this is what catches his attention. He realizes like, oh, there's this nice little like pond fountain here that's just got a bunch of different fish just kind of splashing around in it. And he's thinking he might want a little snack. So
Are we talking koi? Are we talking goldfish? What are we looking at? Maybe some clownfish?
Yeah, there's definitely like mostly koi in there. I feel like there's a couple of like smaller goldfish for like the kittens and stuff to kind of grab. The interns, they would be. Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna jump on down and kind of not prance, but very elegantly walk over and peek his head in. So yeah, is this customary for him to grab his own fish, or is someone grabbing a fish for him?
Well, there's actually like a old looking kind of brown tabby cat that's usually hanging around the fountain. It's not his job to grab the fish, but he gets really into it. So he's always like, "You want a fish? You want a fish? Here, I got you a fish." And he's like always just handing out fish as people walk past. You get the feeling he just really likes catching them.
What's his name?
He's also like, "Do you buy some dead sticks?"
Yeah.
What'd you say his name was?
Trout Leap is his name.
Did you say Trout Leap?
Trout Leap, yes.
That's wow.
Yeah. I went to Warrior Cat names for this, if you couldn't tell.
Oh my gosh.
We've got Duck Paw, we got Trout Leap, we got them all.
Trout Leap. Is there anything on the chef's special menu tonight?
I don't cook them. I mean, that kind of ruins it here. And you watch as he just fishes a paw in, doesn't even look, and he just pulls up a small goldfish just on one claw. You don't want to ruin your meal. And he just holds it out to you.
Oh. And I'll take that. And just one little paw, like Cassie, just like a cup.
Okay. Just trying to be as prim and proper as you can. You just kind of get this, and he just goes, no accounting for taste.
Apparently
This
so.
voice has changed like 4 times since I started it.
No, you're good. You're good. Well,
So yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna dig into this fish.
Yeah, you're just snacking down on this poor little goldfish that he just snatched out. And as this happens, you actually notice something splash into the fountain from above.
Well, in the meantime, when I'm digging in, McSquimpus has that noise that some cats make, where it's just like as he's eating. So that's what's.
Yes.
And
I have never been around a cat for a prolonged period of time because I'm deathly allergic. So I don't super know, but like I know from what I've seen. I've never experienced it, but
all right,
I'm living vicariously through this game right now.
So he's in it, and then so something splashes. It's gonna catch his attention. What is it? What just?
Yeah, and Sylvester, you actually notice something kind of fall from one of the upper floors.
Okay.
And both of you guys look in, and you see that it's a footstool, just kind of splashing around in the fountain, almost playing in it.
Sylvester jumps down from the bookshelf and goes up to Sir McSquimpus. And is like, "Hey, did you see that?
Perhaps I did. Do you
That's
possibly
pretty crazy."
Do you possibly know what that's doing in there? Did you knock that down, Sylvester?
No, I was up on that bookshelf, and that came from that way.
And you guys know, like, you work here. This is a magical library. The furniture is not magical. There's a few, like, artifacts and things that are, but the furniture typically doesn't flop around in fountains. This is not a common occurrence.
Seems like one of your pranks, Sylvester. Trout Leap, what is that stool doing in the pond?
And you look over, and Troutleaf is like frantically just riding this thing, kind of like a bucking bull, like just trying to get it out of the fountain. At this point, he's like, "No, the fish, it's gonna mess up the fish." He's just trying to wrangle this as best he can.
So is it moving, like, or is he riding it like a boat?
No, like it's moving. Like, you know the footstool in Beauty and the Beast that like runs around like
gosh.
a dog? It's like that.
Oh, okay.
It is like, when I say it's splashing around, it is like physically moving, like it's on all fours, splashing around.
Is this new to us, or is...
Yes, this is
Okay.
definitely new to you, because everything that would be capable of this would be locked up in the artifact room, or in the artifact section, I guess. It's not just one room. There's a decent amount of artifacts in here.
Okay.
Interesting. Seems he has this under control. Sylvester, how about you go and help him?
Sure. Why not? And Sylvester is going to jump, I guess, or leap onto the mechanical bull contraption thing, and see what he can do to help this cat.
All right. Let's see here. You are defense. I'll say, since you're trying to help the cat, you're kind of like trying to control. Well, that's more control, but like you're trying to stop this thing. That seems defensive to me. So I'm gonna have you roll 2d6 and tell me what you get. Either successes on any of them. You need to roll above a 2 for it to be a success.
Okay. So I got a 5.
Okay, so that's 1 success.
Roll one more.
I hope this doesn't ruin the stain on the stool.
And then I got a 3.
Okay, so that is 2 successes. You do it.
Am I a fancy cat? Does that
No,
make me a
you have
fancy
to roll
cat?
a 2 to get a fancy
Oh,
cat.
okay.
Yeah, you have to roll your exact number. You're not a fancy cat yet. I'm sorry. You'll get there. So, we watch as Sylvester just leaps onto this footstool that's just bucking like a bull, and he just kind of all fours it out, like when a cat gets upset and just kind of arches their back. This is Sylvester right now, just trying to contain this thing as best he can, help Trout Leap kind of stay on it, not be flung off into who knows where. And eventually this stool kind of calms down a bit. It's still kind of twitching, but it's not utterly destroying this fountain anymore.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Sir McSquimpus, it looks like Sir Sylvester, have it all under control.
It appears so. Aren't you the quite heroic cat this evening? Stopping that pond from a stool and all.
My dog's snoring.
You are so snooty.
Really just adding to all of this, just hearing him.
It appears this is something not like the typical occurrence here. What's it? Trout Leap. Do you know where this came from?
I don't know. I was just hanging out and I just saw it fall from up there. It came from the second floor. There's a little sitting area up there. Looks like one of the footstools from it. This voice has changed so much.
No, you're good.
I can't keep the Joe Pesci going.
Well, come along, Sylvester. It seems we have some investigation to do.
Well, lead on, Sir Knight.
All right, so you guys head up. Gosh, I love that he's a knight. I love this so much. You guys head up. There's a spiral staircase that leads up to the landing up there. And as you guys kind of climb this staircase, you walk around at the corner and you see it's not just that footstool. Some of the chairs are kind of moving in a weird way that chairs shouldn't move like that. But the most notable thing that you see going on is there's a mounted fish, like a large marlin on the wall. And it is like a Billy Bass just kind of flopping around, just singing. Just absolute nonsense. Just like an old sea shanty. He's singing the Wellerman song.
Oh, man.
This, once again, this does not normally happen.
So we got moving furniture. And we got a moving marlin. Moving marlin. That's what we call them.
Moving marlin.
This is quite extraordinary.
Sir McSquimpus, you're kind of a higher up around these parts. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Well, not in all my days, Sylvester. Appreciate you noticing my prestige around here. However, seems I have no idea what is happening.
You guys see that there are a couple patrons up here that are just kind of looking around, not really knowing what to do. They're even more freaked out than you guys are. They, this isn't their thing to deal with. They're not super good with this. So you just see the most notable is a wizard that she is wearing like the classic pointy hat, like long robe, purple robe. And she's just frantically looking around like, did I do this? Did I pass the spell? Oh no. And she's like flipping through her spell book, like trying to find out like if she accidentally read something aloud or she doesn't know what happened.
Now, are these humans or are all these also cats?
This is a human.
Okay.
There's all sorts of patrons come in here. You see humans, elves, ogres, any sort of fantasy being you can imagine has come in here before.
Sylvester would like to go up and start rubbing his body on the leg of this wizard just to calm him down because it seems like they're a little frantic.
Okay. She's just like flipping through a book and she feels this. She goes, oh, hello there. And she just kind of like crouches down. She's like a regular here, so she knows you're a librarian, not like a pet kind of thing. So she's not gonna treat you like a weird pet, but she just kind of sticks her hand out, like you do to cats when you first meet them. So
Squimpus, seeing this, would like to jump or rush over and jump up onto this table where the wizard's book is, and sit directly in front of the book, staring
I should say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
staring at the wizard. And
Okay.
if he catches their eye, just paw on book.
I should say, you guguys are magical cats. You can speak to humans.
Okay, so it just got much weirder with Sylvester
Excellent.
rubbing himself.
Yeah, it did. For sure.
It's good, it's good.
Yeah. I should have led with that. That's my bad. But it kind of made for some good RP going on.
Yeah, well, nothing changes with McSquimpus. He's waiting
Yeah.
to catch their attention. So does this wizard look at him?
Yeah, she just kind of like, after looking at you, Sylvester, she's just kind of looking around to see if the furniture's still going crazy, and she catches your eye.
Fix it.
Fix it? I'm trying to fix it. I don't think I'm the one that did this. And she's still starts flipping through her book again.
Well, this is not our doing, wizard. Considering you seem to be the only one of the magic arts, it's not like our furniture just up and moves by itself.
Whoa, McSquimpus, chill, dude. We gotta have some good vibes going here if we're gonna get anything done.
Good vibes, Sylvester. There is a moving marlin up on our wall.
And she just turns the book around to both of you, and she goes, "This is a book on growing plants. It's about how to use spells to fertilize plants, and this doesn't make sense. There's nothing in here that could affect this."
Useless. And McSquimpus is going to look and search for maybe another patron, another body, controlling, operating all of this in the magic sense.
Okay.
Maybe hunched over a book, not, out of view over in the corner.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if this would require. No, I don't think this is anything risky. So yeah, you walk around the corner. You don't see another patron around the book. They've all kind of fled the area at this point. But you do see a very slim, very lanky black cat, just a very smooth looking cat, walking up to you. She's got piercing yellow eyes, and you know that this is Dr. Aptworth. She is the head librarian here.
What was the name?
Dr. Aptworth.
Aptworth? Got it.
Aptworth, yes. Shout out to the random name generator that pulled that out for me.
Wow.
She goes, "What on earth is going on here?"
Well, ask Sylvester down here. Seems he is most comfortable with this doing.
Sir McSquimpus, once again, I'm just saying chill out. We just need some good vibes going, and maybe we'll figure it out.
Do you hear this, Doctor? We are but trying to figure this out, or at least I am. Do you know anything about this, Doctor?
If I knew anything about this, I would not be here asking you about it.
Well,
And you can see she's jumping on the furniture too, trying to kind of get it under control. It's not, nothing's as lively as the footstool was, but it's still kind of shaking a little bit. So she's just kind of standing on it until it kind of calms down a little bit, and you hear her kind of meow under her breath. You feel like she's casting some sort of spell. It is Dr. Aptworth. Both of you know she is a very accomplished cat. She is one of the most powerful wizard cats, whatever, familiar. She's, I guess that's the best term for it. It's said that she was familiar to Hecate herself. This is, if someone can solve this problem, it will be Dr. Aptworth.
I do like Glennon's comment in the chat where he mentioned Sylvester's in that catnip.
Yeah, for sure.
he's been digging deep.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, so we got moving furniture, moving Marlin. The head librarian cat is trying to get this underway.
I hate moving Marlin, but I love it at the same time.
And
there's still just sea shanties going in the background,
Oh, me bully boys roll.
Oh my gosh.
I can't think of any because it's been a while since I played Assassin's Creed. But
Oh my gosh. Leave her, John. No, what would be... Okay. It's hard to imagine what would be causing something like this.
As a cat, yes, it is very hard to imagine.
Exactly.
If you want, you can give me... I can give you kind of a little hint if you want to do a library roll. This typically isn't how it goes, but just to see kind of, this library, to see how well if you know any sort of something you might have that would cause this.
What number are we looking for?
You want to roll... Okay, you want to roll under your number to accomplish librarian things, and yours is a 5, so... You think... The thought occurs to you, if something weird is happening that no one can explain, it's probably an artifact acting up.
And do we know if we have access to the artifacts or not?
You don't have necessarily complete access. There is a guard outside of it that there's always someone guarding it. It's kind of like just a section. It's like the restricted section at Hogwarts, where it's just like the little cage kind of blocking it off. So there's someone guarding it that has the key to that can let you in, but you will have to be like monitored when you go in, but it won't be a problem. I mean, you guys work there, so.
Doctor, it seems in order to solve this, we will have to have access to the artifact zone. Will that be an issue at all?
Yes, quite. That would be the best place to look. No, it won't be an issue. Just
right,
tell them that I sent you.
Yes, come along, Sylvester.
Sir McSquimpus, did you figure something out?
Well, you know me, I have it all figured out up here.
Why are we going to the artifact zone?
But do you propose another point of origination for all of this?
Well, I'm just saying, we could go back to where the pond is and have a couple more fish, because I am actually kind of hungry right now.
That's enough of that, Sylvester. We are going to the artifact zone.
All right.
As you guys head to the artifact room, you pass, actually, this is something else I've been very excited to bring in. You guys pass the restrooms, which the employee restrooms are separate than the rest because, you're cats. So you guys just have like a little litter box, and you hear from inside just awful yelling, just poopy butts, and it's just yelling like weird things. And you watch as the the like cat flap opens to the restroom, and a very like scared looking younger cat that's not, you can tell they just stopped being an intern, just runs out and goes, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. And you just hear, your mother's a hamster, just absolute just insults.
I forgot we added this.
Yeah.
Well, she must be new here, Sylvester.
What? Who's new? The poopy farts?
No, the intern.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is. Would you like me to explain it, Meowster, or would you?
Yes, I would love for you to explain this because this is the one you picked.
I'm kind of proud of this one. I forgot entirely.
Yeah.
So within the world we have selected as players, which Hudson graciously extended my pick. Thank you. My pick for this, which is
words.
They're hard, man. McSquimpus is already hard enough, and it's not even a word. So one of the features of our world here is a litter box with a potty mouth. It is sentient enough to curse at us and insult us, apparently. Is there anything you would like to add to that, Meowster?
Yes, the litter box is actually haunted by a poltergeist.
That's what it was.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's kind of like Peeves the poltergeist. Or Moaning Myrtle, I guess, just hanging out around this litter box that has an absolute potty mouth. So.
Is there a cat in this library right now staring at a TV that just turns its head around going, they're here?
Oh Gosh, I've not seen that movie, so I don't fully understand the reference.
It's
I know
just-
that's from Poltergeist, but
It's one of
no,
those-
there's like an arcane window that this cat just kind of turns around and looks at you when you walk past. And it just kind of meows and then just turns back around and staring out the window.
Excellent.
It's one of those naked
I threw
cats
that
with
in
no
for you.
fur, just there. Gosh, that's terrible. Okay, and so the poltergeist with the litter box is in the restroom?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I would like to, if the door's kind of closed, creak it open with a paw, just, a little slight push, and,
Whoa, Sir McSquimpus, what are you trying to do, dude? Do you not hear what's going on in there?
well, clearly the intern has just run out, Sylvester. Just push
So
it
it
open.
is. Oh, sorry. I was
Oh,
gonna say it's like a cat flap, and you know that there's no one in there.
Okay,
it's like
yeah.
a single-use one because there's like the little occupied slider thing, and it says open right now. That's how they lock the cat flap.
Got
I
it.
put way too much thought into this bathroom.
Okay, in that case, instead of a door, he kind of pushes open just enough to get his little
Yeah.
bulldog Persian face in there. And, how are we today, Mr. Ghost Man?
And you just see this like very scrawny, like jester looking, just poke down from the ceiling and go, "I'm not good. Are you good? Would you be good if you were in this dump?"
I'm excellent, thank you for asking. Continue on.
The jester said dump.
And he just goes,
Good.
"Yeah, I did." Then he just disappears back into the ceiling.
Surrounded by morons. Well, can't imagine them being much. Are you the cause for this, Mr. Ghostman?
He pokes his head back down and says, "No. If I was, it would not be this boring." And then he pokes his head back up.
Dead end. Any ideas, Sylvester?
With the bathroom, Sylvester would like to go and drink a little water because he's a little parched from the
Okay.
walking.
Okay. There's like a little water fountain inside of it so you can like wash your paws afterwards. So
Excellent.
you walk in and you see the jester poke his head down again and go, "Hey, you want to hear me say a cuss? I'm gonna say a cuss." And he just leans in really close and goes, "Fart," and just leans back, just giggling like a madman.
Classic.
He's just like crying with laughter at this. He thinks it is the funniest thing that has ever happened.
Mr. Jester,
Sylvester is this awkward thing.
Mr. Jester, or how did you end up in this state as a ghost?
Well, you see, I died. That's usually how one becomes a ghost. You die. I put all the thought to the bathroom, not into how the ghost got to be in the bathroom.
Well, let's see. Mr. Ghostman, why did you die near a litter box? Is that the case? Did you die in the litter box?
It's a very embarrassing story. Litter boxes are not made for humans. I found that out the hard way. It's very toxic.
Did this jester stuff himself inside of a litter box?
Yes, he did. It's
Oh
the
my
kind
gosh.
of like this litter box is like the kind that has like the like lid on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he got stuck in it.
That's the end of my questioning. Thank you.
"Hey, you stink," and then he disappears again.
Oh. Well,
Well,
continuing on.
yes, we should probably move on, Mr. Stinky Sir McSquimpus.
Oh, excuse.
You're excused. Should we continue on to the architecture laboratory? That was where we were going, correct?
Architecture laboratory? I don't believe so.
I remember there was a word that started with an A, and I'm pretty sure it was architecture.
Well, I'm pretty certain it was artifact, Sylvester.
That was it.
Right.
Proud of you.
Onward.
You're such a smart boy.
Moving on.
All right. So you guys continue on to the artifact room. As you do, you see the books around here are more kind of spell tomes than just books themselves. You have that this is, they keep the spell tomes here because it's kind of easier to keep watch over them. There's not constantly someone patrolling all shelves just because it's way too big for that. But if something goes wrong, there's a guard down this way, so they can get to it quicker. So yeah, you guys approach. You see in the distance a almost gilded, like golden, like gate, I guess, blocking off a wing of the library. And this, in front of it, you guys see a big, like, fluffy brown cat. He looks very, like, gruff and very serious and stern about his job, just ready for anything. And you guys recognize, you work here, you know everyone you work with. This is named Bramblepelt. He is Bramblepelt.
Bramblepelt.
Yes, these are all references. These past two have been references to the Mabim Bam Warrior Cats bit, but they're all Warrior Cats names because I hate myself.
Well, that's great. Good day, Bramblepelt.
Okay, Bramblepelt.
Yeah.
Good day. It's good to see you. And you see as he like softens up immediately as he sees you guys.
Yes, Bramblepelt. This is good to see another cat on duty. We are here on behalf of Dr. Aptworth in order to solve a new mysterious magic incident in the lounge area.
Hello, Bramblepelt.
Hello, Sylvester. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I was just saying hello because I also did not get to say hello as Sir McSquimpus was saying hello.
I see.
Yes.
Good of you to take initiative. But, yes, I've noticed that things have been a bit odd, and you notice that there are a couple, like, more mounted fish on the wall that are just singing a chorus. Just like a barbershop quartet of fish right now.
I'm just imagining Beach Boys coming from the walls, I'm sorry.
Ba, 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 ba. Yeah.
Again, on behalf of Dr. Appleworth, Bramblepelt, may we enter in order to maybe find a cause of these occurrences?
Of course. I'm supposed to go with you, but given the circumstances, and if Appleworth sent you, then head on in. And you see he takes a ring of keys off his belt and just kind of unlocks the gate and sends you, kind of motions his head for you guys to enter.
Yes, well, we would be amiss if some furniture came chasing after us, wouldn't we?
And at that time, you guys see another footstool come bounding down. He goes, go, go, go! And he slams the gate and locks it shut behind him and just stands there, just ready to intercept.
Sylvester turns around back to Bramblepelt and is like, hey, Bramblepelt, remember, dude, stay fluffy.
Stay fluffy. What are you? And then at that point, he gets tackled by the footstool. He's just flat of his back, just kind of pushes it off of him. He's fine, though. Like, he's holding his own, just wrestling with it. So, yeah, you guys are in the artifacts. You look around. It is just shelves upon shelves, kind of like curio cases, just of random things. There's a set of dice. There is a shoe, just an old boot. You're not really sure what's going on with that. Just any sort of object you can imagine is stored here. Some of them have little placards in front of them. Some of them don't. Just listing what they are.
So
you can tell.
Any item we can imagine.
Yes. Yeah.
Just curious. Okay.
Yeah. Where are you going with this?
Nowhere. I was clarifying.
Sir McSquimpus, it seems as though now we are in the artifice room.
What? The audit? It appears we are in the artifice room, Sylvester. with your rather impressive intellect, what do you suggest we do?
Thank you for asking. We should probably head back down to the fountain where we can get some grub, such as fish.
No, that's not what we're. It's not what we're doing. Considering, he just went a little country with that British. That is not what we are doing. It appears we are locked in. Is that right, Meowster?
That is correct. You guys, well, you're not locked in. Like, you can leave if you want, but you're, like, he shut the door behind you.
Okay. I would believe, Sylvester, that you'll be attacked on sight by any rogue furniture on your way there. So, if we figure out this perpetrator within these ancient artifice halls, I believe you can have as many fish as you desire.
Oh, most excellent.
All right.
That's all I could think of from the very get-go.
I knew.
Yep.
I knew you'd eventually get it.
I was on board, but I couldn't tell. All right. So what are we looking at, Meowster? Is it just like bookshelves on bookshelves of items?
Yeah. I'm sorry I keep comparing this to other things. This is how I visualize stuff. It's just kind of pick from things. Like Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, like it's that sort of artifact room. There's just glass cases just filled with things. It's not necessarily a super long hallway. It's not as large as the rest of the library, but like it's a branching hallway. You can see that there's like labels over the doors. There's cursed objects. There is magical jewelry, that sort of thing.
Okay, magical jewelry catches McSquimpus's eye, and he would like to. Does this entail possibly headwear? Anything that might be worn aside from bracelets and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, jewelry is jewelry. Circlet is a type of jewelry, so.
Okay,
that's
no, more specifically, glasses, that sort of thing.
Glasses. That would not be with magical jewelry. That would be with miscellaneous accessories. That's over the haunted haberdashery, if you will.
Oh.
Well, while you work on solving that, Sylvester, I will be right back. And I would like to head...
Sir McSquimpus, where are you going?
Oh, that's not of concern. I will be right back, though, Sylvester. Don't forget that fish.
You're just gonna leave me here?
You haven't figured out. You haven't figured out. And I would like to really just very quickly rush on over to this miscellaneous section.
Yeah. I mean, once again, I don't think it's anything. I feel bad not making y'all roll a lot, but you haven't really done anything risky. So you've got the zoomies. You just zip on. Make your way.
Awesome.
To the haunted haberdashery.
Great. Yeah. So
that's the official name now. I like the alliteration. So.
Yes. So McSquimpus is looking for something very particular. He is a cat of extraordinary prestige and class, and there is a rumor of a very magical monocle that he's heard of. It is a monocle that can detect maybe other things not of this world. Something that can peer beyond this world, yes.
A metal detector.
No.
Oh.
I mean, it is metal. It does detect, technically.
Yes, that is what he's looking for. Something, a special set of glasses is what he's looking for.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have you roll. We're just gonna do 1d6 because that really doesn't pertain to control or zooming. So
it fell on 4.
This would be a librarian roll, so you have to roll under your number. Yes, you do. In fact, you find this monocle that you have heard legends of. What is this monocle called?
Uh,
It's called
yeah, no. It's Mistress's Madame Sia's monocle.
Okay. You see this monocle, and there's the little placard letting you know, like, this is in fact what you're looking for. It is behind very thick glass.
Okay.
So if you want to get this monocle, you don't have keys into this cabinet. You're gonna have to somehow get into this cabinet if you want to steal this monocle. I'm not giving the cat a gun.
Who said stealing? We are but borrowing.
Jesse, just give the cat a gun. No, this is the worst
I
idea.
think that's a great idea.
Is there anything above this glass case? You know exactly where I'm going with this.
I do know exactly where you're going with this. I do regret to inform you that there are very nice, like, small chandeliers all throughout. There are also there's also another construct here that does patrol inside. It's not for security. It is simply like to keep things tidy. Like, you can see it over to the side, just kind of sweeping in the corner. Since you got only one success, that means that you have a complication, harm, or cost. Just to explain it out, the complication is that it is not going to be easy to get this if you do want to get this. But you did find it. You located it.
Well, I think, what is Sylvester up to?
Okay.
Yeah, so Sylvester, my first thought is Sylvester's looking and he's trying to find is there any lighting around here, like a torch or a light bulb? Like, is there anything lighting up the area, or is it dark?
Yeah, there's like the chandeliers that are hanging from the rafters. There's small ones just interspersed every now and then. They only have like 4 candles on them. Okay. And you can tell that they're like enchanted. They're kind of purpley glowing. So.
Okay. Does Sylvester hear anything out of the ordinary or see anything out of the ordinary where he is?
You know what? Let's have you roll cat for that to see if you can perceive something.
Just 1d6?
Yes. Okay. Well, yeah, that would be 1d6.
Okay. Oh, wow. I got a 2.
Yeah.
A 2. Oh, you're a fancy cat.
All right.
Wow.
Yes. Sir McSquimpus, did you hear? I'm a fancy cat. Booyah.
You can try.
Your little boots look a little sparklier than normal. So this means you get special insight into what's going on right now. So kind of the situation as a whole is kind of iffy. I'm not going to just outright tell you what's causing it. But you can ask about the situation as a whole and get something less specific, or you can ask about, something specific and get a specific answer.
I feel like
but you also, you do hear, as your like little perception check, I guess, you don't necessarily notice, like, see anything out of the ordinary, but down the cursed objects room, you hear just some hushed talking, just some very quiet talking.
Which room was it?
Down the cursed objects hallway.
Cursed objects, okay. All right. And so now I get to ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay.
You get special insight related to the task. So I guess related to your perception. Can
I think about it? Can I get a couple of seconds to think about it?
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah. Yes. Right. In the meantime.
Ooh, I'm knocking my stuff over.
Okay, so the only other thing moving in this haunted haberdashery is this mechanical construct?
Yes, and it is just sweeping.
Understood. In that case, are there any more bookshelves?
There's not bookshelves here. They're all glass. It's all glass here.
Interesting. Well, if there was anything possibly on a shelf across the room, away from this this monocle I'm looking for, is there anything on a shelf that is made of glass?
The entire, like, when I say the case is made of glass, it's like brass around the edges and like glass panes all the way around. It's not like a wooden curio cabinet that just has glass in the front.
Right. No, I'm talking about across the room.
Okay. Oh, I get what you're saying.
Is there anything maybe on the wall, like something not as important?
I mean, there's a couple of shelves that have like planters and stuff on them.
Great,
so
that's
like
all I
there's
need to
one
know.
that has, like, pasta plant or something.
Yes, we're going to zoom across, closer to this construct, opposite side of this monocle, and knock something off the shelf.
Okay. This would be mischief making, I believe. So this would be, what is your intention with this? Let me just ask.
Get the construct's attention.
Okay. This is a perfect example of using both your spell, which is zooming, because you are zooming past it to knock it off the shelf. And you are also trying to control something. So you're trying to do a distraction, which is control roll, like in an RPG. So you get to use all 3 dice for this.
Okay. Should I write them down? I'll name them off
just
as...
remember how many successes and how many failures you get. This is a cat roll, so you want to roll over a 5.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first one is 1. That is not over 5.
Okay, that is 1 failure.
2, also under 5.
Okay.
2, again, also under 5.
Okay. So this means no successes. It all goes wrong.
I suddenly do not like the way this game is built.
Yeah. Well, it's good if you don't pick 2 or 5. It's fine. But
point.
you guys went complete opposite ends.
That's a good point.
It's doing great for me right now. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Okay, so
yeah, you get a little case of the zoomies and you get an idea. So you're jumping from shelf to shelf, or not shelf to shelf, but like case to case to try to get to this shelf that has a plant on it to distract the construct in the corner. As you're jumping, you slip on one of the cases. Your paws just don't get the traction you think they should, and you just go flying across. You manage to smack into the wall, and much like a cartoon, you just kind of slowly slide down. And at this, you see the construct turn around and go, "Sir McSquimpus, I would appreciate if you did not cause ruckus." And he begins walking over to you.
We're all fine here, construct. It appears this library is not built for the hero in disguise as I am.
And he just kind of picks you up by the scruff, and is just talking to you, and he goes, "What were you hoping to accomplish, Sir McSquimpus?"
You see, I'm in quite a conundrum here. There seems to be oh, would you look at that? There seems to be an issue over in the corner. Construct. That, oh, is that someone trying to steal something? You should go investigate.
Persuade.
This is not necessarily related to being a cat. This is more librarian. So make a librarian roll. I guess this would be your specialty. Again, misdirection is kind of control. So roll 2d6. See,
5.
This is when we get into it.
First one is
The
5,
5?
and then the second one is 4, yeah.
Okay, well, you are a fancy cat.
Of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is
Who
a success.
expected any less?
But it's not just because you get a fancy cat doesn't necessarily mean it's a full success. That die itself is still a success. But yeah, there is a complication to this, but you'll get to ask me a question afterwards. So you watch as the construct, it still has you like by the scruff, and it turns and goes, "Oh dear, not a..." My voice keeps saying, "Oh dear, not a thief," and it starts walking. and it still has you by the scruff, but it has been distracted from the position that you are in. And you have your fancy cat if you would like to ask me for some insight on the into what's going on related to this task.
I
I don't really know what insight I can give you, but if you ask me a question, I can certainly answer it.
You want to think about it, Matt?
Yeah,
I'll ask my question first.
Cool. That jump cut back to Sylvester.
So Sylvester would like to ask, what is the counter spell that will put all of these objects back into normalcy?
Okay. I'm trying to think, because I have to answer this honestly. It's really related to the task that you were doing, but that's also related. So that's a little bit of a hint there. The counter spell is not necessarily a counter spell. Whatever caused this, you're gonna have to find whatever caused this to be able to reverse it.
Okay.
Is that enough? Is that
Yeah.
good enough? Right. Okay. So yeah.
It's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, probably.
I almost did the Mickey Mouse laugh, but then I would embarrass myself because it's really bad. So
Okay.
yeah, that is your insight, Sylvester. McSquimpus, do you have your question, or do we need to go with Sylvester for a bit?
I'm working it out. So McSquimpus is really not his sights are set elsewhere, but he knows he would have to roll a cat roll to break this vice. And knowing about this construct is not going to help him. So I suppose the insight to accessing this magical monocle, Mistress's Madame Soul's magical monocle, how would he access this? What are the ways, aside from keys, that he can access this?
I mean, the glass itself is pretty thick. It's like a good 2 or 3 inches thick, just so... I don't know how glass works, but this is magical glass. So it's that thick because when it falls, so it won't shatter, just in case it gets knocked over. The best way to get into this would be somehow, like, making it shatter, not from just, like, a spread out force. You know how if you hit a window with a rock, it doesn't necessarily shatter, but if you take like the end of a spark plug and whack it, then it'll I learn things working where I work. If you take a spark plug and whack it, it'll you need to hit it in just the right spot, and the whole thing will shatter.
Huh.
You just opened up Hudson's
very
world.
specific.
Yeah,
Really?
what else? Is there any more information we can...
No, don't worry about it.
Hi, welcome to Fantasy Cats, where if we roll right, we get to learn more about crimes.
That's literally why spark plugs like go missing out of cars, is because people use them to break into cars. You put them on a string and you just... I didn't tell you that legally.
Well, that's why
Do
they
you
make
hit, do you hit it in the middle, or do you hit it like high,
On the
low?
edge.
On the edge? Okay.
On the edge.
Well, this way they
Why
like to
am I
make knives
saying
with
all
like
of
that little point on the handle, so you just like, yeah.
Sounds sus. I work at a jail. I feel like I should say I work at a detention
Carly
center.
robs banks for a living.
Yeah. Professional bank robber.
I know weird crime things, but I know them legally.
All
My
right.
dog is screaming. I'm so sorry.
So let's go ahead and try to wriggle free from this mechanoid here.
All right. Give me... How are you wriggling free?
So he has been detained by the scruff here.
Yes.
So he's gonna go for maybe like a push to try and push himself out of like, you know,
Okay.
use his paws and kind of just you know.
Yep, brute strength in it. I got you.
Well, you can't be real smart about pushing, you know.
Yeah, no, I got it.
That's a 5. Does that count?
Yeah, that was a cat roll. That does, because if you roll your number exactly, it's a success. You're a fancy cat.
Yeah.
That is how the Squimpus do.
So Sir McSquimpus just takes his tiny little paws and just pushes up against the hand of this construct as hard as he can. And he just kind of wiggles a little bit, and all of a sudden he drops to the floor, landing on his feet. Naturally, he's a cat. Cats always land on their feet. It's a thing.
Yes.
So the construct just kind of looks down at you and goes, "Oh dear, Sir McSquimpus, you have escaped." And while you think about that, we're going to cut back to Sylvester. Sylvester, what you got going on?
Sylvester would like to continue more into the restricted area.
Okay. It kind of branches at this point. This is the entryway. You have the jewelry section, the haunted haberdashery, and the cursed objects.
And Matt's character is in the haunted haberdashery.
Yes.
I would like Sylvester would like to go to the cursed objects area or into the restricted area.
You kind of prance down. Well, I guess Sylvester probably doesn't prance.
Can he sneak?
Yes, you can sneak.
Can I roll for that?
Yeah, roll. Give me. Actually, as soon as you enter the cursed object area, that's a very good call. I'm going to have you roll 2d6.
Perfect. And that is because my spell
is sneak. Yes. So go ahead and roll 2d6, and I will tell you what happens from there.
All right. So the first one, I got a 1.
Okay, so that is. Let's see here. This is a cat roll, so you have to roll over your number. So that is 1 failure.
What? I got another 1.
Okay. So at this point, it all goes wrong.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Oh, I'm like on the side. Sorry, I'm like on the very edge of the screen. I did not realize.
Sylvester just took a bullet.
Yeah. Sylvester, he ends up just walking. Sorry, there's a mouse on my nose.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix your.
What happened?
I'm not sure.
Sylvester ends up. He's trying his best to sneak down this hallway. As he does, though, he knocks into one of the shelves. And it's a smaller shelf. There's only one thing in it. It looks like some sort of weird glass orb, like a crystal ball almost. As he knocks into it, it falls off of its little pedestal that it's on in the case. It doesn't break the case, but it just kind of pings around a little bit like a pinball. And at this, you see at the edge, or at the end of the room, there is a Sphinx cat, so like a hairless cat, just kind of hunched over. And as this happens, he's kind of muttering under his breath, and he turns around and he goes, "Who's in here?" "Sylvester, good to see you." And at that, we're going to take a break real quick.
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah, sorry about that. It appears, and London just let me know as well that the chat box in Zoom has an effect on the things, which I did not know, so now...
Oh, cool.
All of
you guys
know.
just saw him telling me. It's cool to take a break.
Oh, yeah, no, that didn't happen, but now they know, so yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's why it popped over to the side. Got you.
Yes. So,
Okay.
now you know. Zoom chat.
So yeah, we're going to take a quick little break, go bathroom break, get some food, whatever
Yes.
you guys need to do.
Excellent.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes, so all right.
All right. See you then.
We are back.
Yes.
Thank you for staying with us through the break. I have acquired a garbage man who got a haircut today and looks absolutely terrible because I'm the one that did the haircut. But yeah, we are back to our cats. Before the break, Sylvester had just entered the cursed objects area. The cursed curiosities is what the sign says. I'm trying to do alliteration with all of them. So the cursed curiosities, that's really hard to say. And a bald sphinx cat had turned around at his entrance and noticed him. So, Sir McSquimpus, what's going on with you?
Well, it seems we are in better predicament. This construct has apparently noticed my departure from his grasp, and we are staring at one another. And it is time for me to, as they say, book it. So I am going to run out of sight of this construct.
All right. I like to think that he's just completely narrating all of this.
Oh, Squimpus? Is he just saying all this out loud?
I like to think it. I don't know if he is or not, but that's my headcanon.
It seems I have broken your grasp, machine. It is time for me to, as they say, book it. And we're gonna go for a zoom out of here.
All right, that would be 2 dice because that's a zooming.
But I have to get over 5, right?
Because
I did not build this character well.
Roll. Yes, that is correct.
But I rolled a 5 on the first one. Ooh! I can show you. And then a 1 on the second, though.
Fancy cat on the last one too. So you still have a question?
No, because I.
Yeah, to escape, you rolled a 5.
I'm about to just start showing my rolls because this sounds mighty sus. But the second,
sus.
The second one is it was a 1, so I failed that one real hard.
Okay,
so does that balance out? Does that break my fancy pants roll?
Your fancy cat counter is at 2 right now, so you have 2 questions.
I'm just gonna spoil the entire story at the end here.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, just keep breaking them up and then just really ask.
What is McSquimpus' life after these events? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you are a fancy cat ×2 from your earlier one, but you get a mixed success on this one. So you're trying to book it out of the way. There is. I can do a complication, harm, or cost. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. You do manage to get out of this construct's way, but in doing so, you don't think you're going to be able to come back for this monocle. You're going to have to give up the monocle here. So you can stay and not book it away because it is blocking you towards this monocle. Like, the only way you can go is out.
Alright. And with the speed of lightning, Squimpus and his majestic cape sprint out of this entry.
Alright. So it is just a blur of gray as he just zooms on out.
He's moving so fast, it's like a cat caught in like a wind tunnel, where it's just pressed against him. Great. Well, yeah, I'm gonna run out and skid to a stop in this what is it, a foyer area, this main area?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you do that, you look around. You realize that Sylvester is not here anymore.
Sylvester?
Does Sylvester here, Sir McSquimpus?
Yeah, he does. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that.
All right. Down here, Sir McSquimpus.
Right. So where am I going to look? Is it actually down here, or is it like down some steps?
It is just around the corner. The cursed curiosities is a little bit darker than the rest of them. The only illumination that comes is like on the objects themselves. It's almost like little arcane spotlights. So it's a fairly dark room, but you see. So it's like I said, it's directly there. Sorry, I should have led with that. There's no like downstairs or anything. It's just a hallway.
Okay, so I
But-
peek my head into this hallway and I'm looking.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. That's not what you asked. I'm just painting word
You're good,
pictures.
you're good.
But it does count as one of your questions, Matt.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, does
That's not
this count as one of my questions? Does that count as... Okay.
Sorry, you've used all your questions.
Okay, so as one of my questions, I suppose, my insights here, what am I looking at in this? It's poorly lit, but, I mean, how many bodies am I seeing? What are their intentions, you know?
Okay, yeah, the intentions, you see, Sylvester just standing, you know, like he was trying to sneak around, but kind of gave up on that. And you see down at the end of the hall, very ominously illuminated, you see the same cat that Sylvester saw, which is this hunched Sphinx cat, just completely bald. And as it turns, you can see like you get evil vibes from this cat. Like he failed his vibe check. It is. This does not seem to have any friendly energy coming from him. And you actually do recognize this cat. He is another librarian. He's actually one of the artifact scholars here.
And for the third stream in a row, here on Spot Hidden, Sylvester is a lot like Kronk in the Emperor's New Groove, where he is back against the wall, mumbling to himself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so we got this evil, hunched-over, old, grumpy cat with McSquimpus and his bulldog cat face at the entrance.
And he has little wire-rimmed glasses, like little wire-frame glasses.
Never good. All right.
And what's the name again? I'm sorry.
Crane is his name.
Crane.
With a K.
Ooh, that is an evil name.
Right? That's what the name generator gave me. Shout out to Seventh Sanctum. Nope, not that one. Shout out to Fantasy Name Generator. Seventh Sanctum I used for something else.
All right.
Mr. Crane, it's so good to see you. What are you doing here in the Curse Curiosities place?
I've already forgotten the voice that I gave him. Sylvester, I could ask you the same thing.
I was just roaming around, just trying to find a bite to eat. Perhaps a fish.
And he just goes, he says, yes, we could all use some more fish, couldn't we? And at this, he turns back around and kind of mutters something, and you watch as there are more, like, fish. There's fish mounted all through this place. It is, you know, it's a cat library. There's going to be, like, very cool stuffed fish. And you see, as a particularly large red snapper on the wall just starts kind of flopping and trying to free itself, and its mount falls off the wall, and it's flopping its way towards you.
So is this red snapper alive?
It's animated.
Okay, so it does not have, like, it's been stuffed, pretty much.
Yes,
Okay.
it's like the same as the furniture.
Okay.
Yeah, it is having the same style of movement as the furniture did. Elliot.
Mr. Crane, I don't mean to be that cat, but were you the one who just made that red snapper jump off the wall?
And he just kind of turns back around to you and just rolls his eyes and goes, no, of course not.
Okay, well, thank you for answering my question.
And can McSquimpus try and sneak closer, like kind of in between Sylvester and Crane here?
Yes.
Like stick
Apple
into
at
the
your
walls.
stomach.
Yeah,
What?
man.
Oh yeah.
That's Crane casting his spells. Yes, you can absolutely try to sneak. That's just one die because this doesn't really pertain to anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not really skilled in it, so that is a 1. Uh-oh.
So yeah, that was a cat thing. To sneak is a cat thing. So that is a failure. You also try to sneak in. Crane is he is on top of things today. He looks at you and goes, Not so fast, McSquimpus. And these voices are so bad.
I like it.
And you watch as he kind of raises a paw and just slams it down on the book. That you can now see, like, as he turned around with the book in his hand and he slams it down. And the gate behind you that kind of, not the gate, but like the mall gate kind of thing, slams down, and you guys are now shut inside this room with him.
Good to see you again, Sylvester.
Same to you, Sir McSquimpus. It seems as though we have gotten ourselves into quite the predicament, with me still being hungry.
He's got the munchies.
I believe your concerns are misplaced, as Crane, is it? Appears to be terrorizing our library and your fish.
Well, perhaps we should put his follies to an end.
I like the way you think.
And he just goes, perhaps you can try. And you watch as he like starts flipping through the book. You guys have a little bit of time to act here. There's not really combat or turns or anything in this. Just anything you want to do, just kind of shout out.
I'm gonna zoom and try and push this book off the table and away from him.
Okay.
Sylvester pulls out a Glock.
Yeah.
Are we talking like 19? How big of a mag are we talking? All right. He turned it sideways. Okay.
So this would definitely be zooming. I would argue this is also control, since you're trying to like manipulate the environment.
Well, the first one was a 2, so how many rolls am I getting? That one was a fail.
You get 3.
Okay.
Elliot, please sit.
The next one was a 6, so we got a 2 and a 6.
Okay, so that's 1 success.
And the third one was a 5. Yeah!
Alright, so you're, once again, a fancy cat.
I know the whole game at this point.
You do. That's it. That's the whole game.
Do you not believe me, Sylvester? I will show you right now.
Anyway, is that...
I don't
I'm a
believe.
little slow tonight.
Okay, hang on, I got you.
So yeah, you do it well. You manage... Oh.
Can you see it? Hang on.
No, I
Yes.
believe you.
There it is. Look at that. That's a 5 if I've ever seen one.
Blends in with the background perfectly. You're not
I
even
believe
seeing
you.
it,
It's
Don.
okay.
It's invisible.
You saw it. You all
Oh, no.
saw it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm very insecure about my dice rolls.
No, it's okay. We're very proud of you for your dice rolls.
Okay, so we have a 2, 6, and a 5.
And what
A
were you
2,
doing?
5. That
I'm-
means you get successes. You do it well. You do exactly what you set out to accomplish. You can tell I've played Monster of the Week because that is the exact phrasing they use in that.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, you manage what you set out to do. You zoom. You got the big zoomies now towards this kind of it's another cabinet that you can tell that he's kind of taken this book out of and set on top of. You spring up this and you just smack, like as you're running, you just side swipe and knock the book off. You skid to a halt on top of this cabinet. The book has landed on the floor and you are now face to face with Crane.
Okay, so the book is on the ground, which is what I said I'd do, knock it off, and I'm face to face with him.
Yes. You also still have your fancy cat question.
Yes, and I think I'm going to use that to ask, was this book the source of his mischievous deeds here?
You get that idea.
Okay, alright. Got it.
Like looking at this book and how upset he is by you knocking it off and kind of taking it away from him, you're getting some strong ideas that's what caused everything. There's just an aura coming off of it too.
Got it. So he knocks that book down and he's face to face and by my knighthood, Crane, your deeds here will not go unpunished.
And he just kind of snarls at you and just kind of swipes.
Oh no.
Do you want
Can I call
combat
up
is
Cthulhu
weird.
dodge this? No.
Yeah, like there's not really a combat system in this one specifically. That would be a cat roll to try to dodge. If
Yeah.
you'd like to do.
I
And
mean,
you take 9 lives of damage. You're dead.
Yes, you have 9.
okay, well,
9.
I failed that dodge roll.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
So, okay. As he swipes at you, you try to dodge out of the way, and it kind of knocks you off balance, and he has knocked you onto the other side of the cabinet, onto the floor. You land on your feet. You're fine. But you are now on the opposite side of the book.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look over. What is my friend here doing? My
Yeah, Sylvester, what you up to?
fish
Well,
seeking friend.
me, Hudson, was trying to sneeze, but have y'all ever had one of those sneezes where you're about to sneeze and all of a sudden it just disappears? So you
All the
look like
time.
a complete idiot. So yeah, that
Man,
just.
it's the worst. Sorry, my phone is
So
dying.
Sylvester is going to try to pounce and
All right.
attack to
Yes, Sylvester.
save Sir McSquimpus's knighthood.
Okay. I know what you're trying to argue at here, that it's defense.
Oh, no,
I
it
feel
can be
like
offense.
a direct attack like that is more offense,
Okay.
I will say. But you can go ahead and roll 1 die.
Okay. I got a 3.
A 3. So that is a cat, so you needed to roll over your number. That is a success.
Is your number 2, Sylvester? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, I have a number 2.
Yeah. So you're just kind of pouncing on this guy. It does work. You do have a complication. You kind of, as you pounce on him, he kind of swipes at you as you land and kind of digs his claws into your arm. Or cat arm.
Leg?
Leg, yeah. So
As
he
they're
kind of has
called.
his claws in you, but you do have him pinned.
Okay. Crane, dude, chill. We gotta have good vibes here, man. This is not cool. You can't be going up on a night like that, you know?
He goes, cannot chill. I do not have chill.
Squimpus would like to walk around this cabinet. Are we all on the ground level here? Are we on a table?
He is on top of the not McSquimpus. Sylvester and Crane are on top of the cabinet. You are on ground level.
Got it. In that case, Squimpus is going to seek out this book.
Sorry, I
on
have
the
a berry
ground?
upside down in my lap. He is ready to go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, so Squimpus is going to look for this book, and he's going to close it and take it and try to this sounds like a lot all at once, but yeah, try and get this book out of sight and out of mind.
Okay. Make a sanity roll. No, I'm kidding.
What? I just have D6.
You
I don't.
shut this book, and as you do, you see what looks like a face kind of appear out of the front, and it goes, "Hey, what you think you're doing? You can't just shove me like that."
Well, I would love to try.
And this thing just kind of starts shaking towards you, trying to bite at you as best it can. Oh gosh. You ever do something and you're like, oh, this is a great idea, and then you're like, how am I going to resolve this in the actual game? So yeah, this thing is like biting at you. What are you doing, McSquimpus? It's not biting you. I mean, it's a book, so like it can't really move on its own super well.
So is this like a phantom or like a ghost that popped out, or is the book itself talking?
No, it's like the book itself had like a vaguely face shape on it, and then it kind of became more pronounced when it started talking.
It's the book from Harry Potter, the one that
Monster
has
Book of Monsters. No, it's not the Monster Book of Monsters.
Okay.
It appears, this book, I'll just kind of describe it real quick now that you're kind of getting a look at it. It appears to be bound in what looks like human skin almost.
Ugh. Okay, in that case, Squimpus is gonna, take a step back. He wasn't hit by this book, but it's clearly speaking to him now, and with that, he's going to tell me, you paged beast, what exactly is it that you seek?
It says, "Paged beast, I deserve more than that. I deserve so much more than that.
As far as I know, you're causing too much turmoil, as a beast would."
And this book just goes, "Do you know who you're talking to right now? Do you know who I am?"
Your book.
Are you the page master? From the movie The Page Master?
I've never seen this movie, so.
Apparently this book is not.
One of y'all, I'm gonna have y'all both give me librarian roles, just to see if either of you do know what this is.
Okay.
Once again, not how this goes, but I
Roll
like
a
it here.
3.
Okay, so you have to roll under. You know what this is.
I also rolled a 3.
Nice.
Okay, you had to roll under, so that is a failure for you.
Wait.
His number's 2. And it's a librarian roll. Librarian, you have to roll under.
Yeah. It's got backwards.
So you're too busy. You don't really have time to check this book out right now. Check this book out. It's a library. You're too busy fighting Crane up on top of this shelf still. But you, McSquimpus, you've heard of this book. It is one of the most powerful tomes known to Cat. Based on the binding in human flesh, the face on the front, the astronomical magic powers, you found the Necronomicon.
What?
The Necronomicon, if you will.
Oh my gosh.
That was not my plan with this, but it just kind of.
I don't want to play anymore. No. Do I still have one of my questions? Because I had two. I used one to detect, what is happening, and then.
You know what? I think you do. If not, we're gonna pretend you do.
Well, I walked in with 2. I used one to sense what was going on. I earned another one while in here. I used that to sense what the book does, and so I believe I have one left. And in that sense,
right? Yes.
I'm going to ask Meowster, since McSquimpus knows this book, he might have heard about what opens it and what closes it, more importantly.
Okay. What do you mean what opens it and what closes it? Like the book itself?
Yes, and this might be through question of the book, what exactly it desires, because it is trying to figure out how to close it. McSquimpus. Okay. Yes.
Okay. This book did close when you closed it. The face was the cover.
Oh, he's still talking. Okay.
Yeah. This, I'm trying to explain. Sorry, I should have been more clear. This book, it can open and close, no problem. The book itself is not necessary. Sorry, the dog is very upset. The book itself is not necessarily causing this. It was Crane's intervention that caused it. He is just using the book. The book is just a tool. Just a very powerful, sentient tool.
In that case,
Elliot's breath smells so bad right now, you guys.
Let us see the garbage man. I would like to see the garbage boy. There he is.
I want to see my little boy.
There's not a whole lot going on up top.
So bad. I am so sorry.
There's not many thoughts in his head.
No, there is maybe one brain cell just kind of going on like the DVD screen.
Okay.
He almost experienced a thought.
Okay, so yeah, Squimpus is going to, with that knowledge, he's gonna jump up on the, climb the side of this thing and help Sylvester with whatever it is Sylvester's doing. Hopefully restraining, but we're gonna find out when we get up here.
Sylvester has actually snapped the neck of Crane, and now.
Oh my word! There's blood everywhere, Sylvester. Okay, so. Yes.
No, so he's holding down Crane.
Okay.
Attempting to, whatever it is Meowster has.
Okay. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Crane. Dude, like, seriously, what are you trying to do here? I mean, you're really, like, causing a ruckus around the library.
He goes, he says, have you not... Oh, these voices are too similar. Have you not heard? There are great things that exist beneath the sea. That exist beneath the sea. Think of how large of a fish that must be.
Oh, well, that is intriguing. I would like to hear more.
I'm gonna bop him in the head.
Okay. A quick little bap.
Yeah, can I go for like a real like hard bap, like a knockout bap?
Yes, that would be thwacking, which would be not one of your skills, but
It was almost my skill, mind you.
yeah, that would also be offense. So no special dice, but
I rolled a 4, which I believe is a failure.
yes, because for cat you have to roll over your number. So you go to knock Crane out. You bop him on the head, and he just goes, "The fuck was that for?" No, that's the book's voice. Goes, "The fuck was that for?"
Shut up.
Ugh. Look, there are these big something. I didn't read far enough to see what it was exactly, but there's something beneath the sea that's been imprisoned, and if it's beneath the sea, it's a big fish. We need to free it. Sylvester, think about it. Wouldn't you love to free a giant fish if we would have it all to ourselves?
Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love that idea, but just humor me for 1 second, please. I don't understand why that has anything to do with causing this ruckus in the library.
I may have not read the incantations completely right. It was supposed to bring back great Kalu, and he's like struggling to remember the name. Something. It was supposed to bring it back, and I think I pronounced something slightly wrong, and it just it animated the fish here, not the big ocean squid man. And he's just kind of embarrassed at this point.
Well, the way I see it, Crane, a fish that big sounds like it could eat us as well as Sylvester here. And on the orders, on the orders of Dr. Outworth and my knighthood, we insist that you stop. This ruckus is too much, and we have enough fish in this pond.
At this point, you hear the book chime in from the floor. Yeah, come on! Don't you want a big fish? A really big fish? Come on!
Shut up!
And it's like flopping around on the floor.
Sir McSquimpus, speak for yourself, please. I would love a big fish to dine on.
I'm accidentally realizing that I set this up perfectly for Hudson to betray everyone again.
Yeah, we can't assume so quickly. Well,
Is there a torch in this room?
That is a good question.
That is a good question. It is that time where we should probably start burning things.
No. We're not burning everything. But is there maybe a torch, like maybe a oil lamp?
There are, kind of like torches on the walls. This is not as large of a room. All the cases are mostly around the walls. There are torches on the walls that are kind of enchanted green, so it's like an eerie glow to it. So, yeah.
McSquimpus would like to dart over to the nearest torch as quickly as possible while Sylvester is still doing his thing.
Okay. Give me a zoomies.
Okay.
Yeah. So roll 2 die. I don't really know if this is control necessarily.
Well, the first one was a 6. And then the
That is
I'm
a
sorry.
success.
Carly, you're not gonna like this answer.
Fuck you. Did you get another 5?
Yeah.
You need a new dice, please.
It's the one Chaosium gave me. I don't know if they
Chaosium, why would
rigged
you
it,
do this to us?
but they knew
Dare you.
Chaosium knew what was gonna happen, and they got this sucker on. They knew it before I knew.
They knew. I'm so mad at you guys. I have crafted this library. I have worked all week on this, all 2 days of this week, and you're gonna burn it to the ground.
Who said we're burning anything?
Okay, so you succeed super well. You just zoom right onto this torch, and you have grabbed onto it with your claws.
Am I doing like a bipedal thing, like a little shimmy with it?
Yeah, you're like walk. You guys can walk bipedal if you want to. You're magical cats, but it's just easier and quicker. Usually, you guys walk around on 4 legs.
Yeah.
Sir,
Well,
I need you to tell.
in that case, I'm going to trot back over to this cabinet and Sylvester, do you know, as you might say, what is up?
Yes, it is usually the sky.
Don't know what I expected. And I'm gonna trot over to this book and just kind of lay this torch down on top of it. Like drop
Okay.
it so it lands right on this book.
Yeah. I'm even more mad now because I said this was enchanted fire. So not only normal fire would normally not destroy this book. It's a magical book. But my dumbass had to make it magical fire. So you watch as this book just screams, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" as you just approach. And as you just drop the torch on it, it just screams as it just erupts into flames. It's just like, no, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. And it's just screaming. I can't scream in the Joe Pesci voice, but this thing is just, as you watch it, just disintegrate into ash. And at this, Crane goes, "You idiot!" And he tries to push you off and just kind of roll off with you, Sylvester.
I'd like to make a defense roll.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
How are you doing this defense roll? What are you doing?
If he is pushing up on me, I'm gonna push back down. Or
He's
no.
kind of
If he's gonna push, then I'm gonna counter roll.
Okay. So you're kind of rolling into it almost?
Yeah. So I'm gonna use that force that he's pushing up and roll with him to get back on top.
Cool. Let me explain this better a little bit. When I say he's rolling, he's trying to roll both of you off the cabinet.
Okay.
Onto the floor. So.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind. So you're rolling into this. So yeah, go ahead and give me, this isn't sneaking, but this is defense. So give me 2 rolls, or 2d6.
Okay, I got a 4 for the first one.
Okay. So this is a cat roll. So you have to roll above your number. So that's a success.
Success. And then I got a 5.
Okay, so 2 successes. You do this. You kind of lean into this roll as you know where this is going. And you just end up just flipping midair. It's almost slow motion as you 2 tumble to the ground. And as you land on your feet. Crane does not. The wind is knocked out of him. He doesn't die. This is library cats. We're not going to have a cat die. But he is just... oh, God. He's just... The breath is knocked out of him. He just kind of lies there with you still pitting him just... just exhaling.
What's wrong, Crane? Cat got your tongue?
So great stream, everyone. I have to go.
That was so well placed. Oh, man. Okay, Sylvester's gonna pick this torch back up and,
Sorry, the dog's escaping.
Sylvester, it appears this cat is a traitor. He's gonna waddle over next to Sylvester.
Yes, Sir McSquimpus, and you know what we do with traitors.
I do.
we burn them.
I'm gonna drop the torch. Are we not? Sylvester! Okay,
I mean, should we?
Okay,
I mean, we can't have all
You
this
know what?
terrible magic happening in our lovely library.
You know what? I have a solution. As Sylvester says, we burn them. It just kind of zooms in on Crane's panicked face. And then it zooms back out like it's a TV show, because apparently this is how I narrate things. And he is sitting in a chair surrounded by the rest of the librarians. They're having the roast of Crane.
Ah, yes, there we go.
Yeah, just the sickest burns.
Oh my gosh.
The absolute sickest burns.
Yes, so he says we burn them, and then it cuts to that.
And then it cuts to his roast. Yeah, that's how he's punished.
The Comedy Central roast of Crane.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
No cat violence.
okay, and what is okay. So he is a what breed was Crane?
He is a sphinx.
Okay. And Sphinx cats are the hairless cats, correct?
Yes, they are the raw chicken-looking hairless cats.
Are you thinking of a roast?
No.
Right now, Matt?
I've already thought about it, so I'm not thinking about it anymore. Okay, so
Let's hear it.
Squimpus goes up to the podium and yes, I would like to say a couple things regarding our friend Crane here. Crane, Sylvester told me to tell you that you resemble not just a chicken, a raw chicken at that, but a chicken's testicle.
And you watch as Dr. Aptworth just kind of chuckles behind her paw.
And yeah, that was Squimpus's final roast.
All right. Sylvester, do you have a roast? Or has Sylvester already given his?
Yeah, so Sylvester kind of comes up to the podium with a fish in his paw, kind of like eating that. And he's like, "Thank you all for inviting me here. You know, I knew Crane. He was a friend. He will be sadly missed. Thank you again. It was a pleasure seeing all of you all. I'll be back at the pond. Have a great wedding."
It's a funeral and wedding.
All right. And at that, we watch as Crane just kind of hangs his head in shame, thoroughly regretting his actions. But you work in a magical library. This is not the first time one of the librarians has gone rogue. This will not be the last time. It's pretty much a weekly occurrence at this point. And we just see Sylvester and McSquimpus just watching on this roast as he hangs his head in shame. And that is Library Cats.
That is a lovely fish, Sylvester. Where did you get that? Is that from the pond?
Oh, it is.
Oh.
It's a koi pond.
I believe it's time, I think I'll join you on your quest for fish here. And that if we're narrating like this, I'd like the final shot of Squimpus to be prancing over to the pond. With
Perfect.
his new friend, yeah.
Troutleap is there, just, what can I get ya? They're all that voice. It all goes back to that for some reason.
And I did not mean to cut your ending, but go ahead.
No, you're good. That's it. That's it.
Sweet.
So,
That was
yeah.
actually pretty fun.
Yeah, that's neat.
I
like
love
that.
these like micro RPGs so much. There is an entire webpage. I can't remember the link to it, but I literally just Google lasers and feelings hacks.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of these. There's Harry Potter ones. There's one where everyone's a magical girl, like Sailor Moon style, which I did consider that in making y'all play magical girls, but then I knew I would be roasted for it. Much like Crane. So yeah, definitely check out any lasers and feelings hacks, because this is a very fun system, very easy to just kind of set up.
I think this is also a great system for people like who are just starting out in RPG.
Yes,
Yes.
for
Yes.
sure. This is the same system that Honey Heist uses.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's not inspired by Lasers and Feelings, but like it's the same general idea.
Mm-hmm.
Which in the credits of this, it was actually inspired. The two attributes were inspired by Honey Heist, so this kind of has Honey Heist influences on it. Yeah. So thanks again to Roxanne Reddy for writing this.
Yes.
Super cool. Go check it out on itch.io.
And if you made it this
There's
far...
they also have a coffee. So.
Oh.
Sweet.
Yeah, if you made it this far, and if you're new or you just want something easy, as Carly has already mentioned, and as you've probably been able to tell just from watching this, we've literally had nothing but a D6, and that was all I've needed. Yeah. I have a book, but that's extra. So, yeah, very straightforward. Yeah, I love that. I love Streamlined. For sure.
I love, like, 2-page RPGs. They're always fun. But yeah, if for some reason you're watching us and don't know what this is, we normally do Call of Cthulhu. That's why, we have Necronomicon and everything. What are we doing? Oh, I didn't prepare an outro of thing.
That's okay. Yeah,
Matt, take over.
Upcoming, we have a fantastic one-shot with a good friend of ours from, I don't want to get any names wrong here of what happens elsewhere. What is the...
Tabletail.
Yeah, Tabletail Games, and our good friend Tay. He is a fantastic person and a great DM and player as well. And we're going to be doing a fantastic Call of Cthulhu one-shot with him. Past that...
Don't know what it is. London texted me today and said, "Hey, I don't know what we're doing for this yet."
Oh my gosh. No.
We have to find out what we do.
No, there's plenty of time coming up to that. So that is definitely going to be figured out in the meantime. And because I know we got...
When is that again?
It is next week.
Yeah, next week. Yeah, next Tuesday. Yes. So
the 16th?
Sounds about right, yeah. And on top of that, I mean, there's so many... We're backed up with one-shots on what we want to run, so there's plenty of options there. And then past that, Spot Hidden is looking to start its second campaign very soon. I don't know if we spoiled the day yet, so I'm not going to say anything, but announce the day.
Next month.
Yes, it is coming soon. But aside from that, yeah, I know, Hudson, you've been interested in running something as well, but that day is yet to be announced.
Yes,
I'm not sure if we have, so...
Stay tuned.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
Yeah.
But aside from that, yeah, look
I
forward
got
to
do my research for Hudson's.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you there'll be a lot of history references.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's all you're getting. But no, besides that, yeah, look forward to next month and next week for another Call of Cthulhu one-shot. And I believe that is everything.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't know if we are supposed to thank Chaosium. Normally they are our sponsor, so...
Yes, thank you to Chaosium for the Call of Cthulhu, esque material and for the sponsor, especially with that stuff in particular. However, Library Cats is not a product of theirs, but we also recommend this as well. So
yeah,
and a quick shout out to all the cats out there, and if there's any cats out in the chat watching, we thoroughly enjoy your audience.
Yes, more specifically, any cool cats or cool kittens.
Hey, cool! I should have opened with that, man. To all the cats out there, let me just say.
Okay, all right.
That's great audio for when this goes in podcast form.
And with that, we're closing out. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned.
Stay spoopy, y'all. That's what he said.